Ever feel that frustration when your brilliant ideas just don't seem to land with others? I know I have. And if you're leading a team, running a business, or trying to get through to your teenager, I know you have felt it too. You're trying to communicate something important, but it's just not connecting. Why does that happen? What's missing? Today, I'm going to share a communication framework that has absolutely transformed how I connect with audiences, whether I'm speaking to thousands or just having a one-on-one conversation with a team member. It is called bricks and mortar. And once you understand it, you'll never communicate the same way again. Now, I want you to think about the last presentation or even email that truly captivated you. What made it different? Why did it hold your attention when so many others couldn't? The answer lies in understanding the unspoken question every single person asks whenever somebody begins communicating with them. The question is this for me or not for me? Let that sink in for a moment. Whether you're consciously aware of it or not, you ask this question constantly throughout your day. Think about it. When you open up an email, you're asking, is this for me or not for me? When you scroll through social media posts, you're literally going, is this for me or not for me? When you start watching a new YouTube video, you're asking, is this for me or not for me? As communicators, we must answer this question immediately with a resounding yes. But here's where most people go wrong. It's not enough to answer it just once. You have to answer it repeatedly throughout your entire message. Let me show you why. With a situation that I bet you've experienced as well. Imagine your colleague excitedly calls you saying, you won't believe what just happened in the meeting with our biggest client. The first question is easily answered. This sounds like information you definitely need. Of course, it is for you. But then your colleague launches into an excruciating detail about who sat where, what everybody was wearing, and all sorts of irrelevant background before getting to the point. What happens? You start checking your phone, glancing at your watch, or mentally drafting your grocery list. In other words, the first question has been returned. You're wondering, wait, is this actually for me? Why am I listening to this? This is where my bricks and mortar framework comes in, and it's gonna change how you communicate forever. The bricks are your main points, the substance of your message, the facts, the data, the instructions, the core information that you want to convey. Those are your bricks. And if you're like most highly educated, technical, or detail-oriented professionals that I work with, you probably focus 90% of your preparation on getting your bricks perfect. But here's the breakthrough insight. You can have the most impressive bricks in the world, but without mortar, you're just building a pile, not a structure. In communication, the mortar is everything that answers that critical question. Is this for me? This is the relatable examples that show this applies to your situation. The why this matters to you statements. The connections between concepts. The moments of empathy that say, I understand your challenges. For you visual thinkers out there, imagine your message structured like this. Mortar, here's why this matters to you. Brick, here's the key point of information. Mortar, here's what this means for your situation. Brick, here's the next key point. Mortar, here's how this will help you specifically, and so on. Without enough mortar, your audience quickly becomes disconnected. They're left wondering, why should I care about this? How does this apply to me? This explains why so many brilliant people struggle to communicate effectively. That engineer with groundbreaking ideas, but can't get management to buy in? Too many bricks, not enough mortar. That manager whose team never seems to implement their clear directives? Too many bricks, not enough mortar. That parent whose teenager seems to tune out important life advice? You guessed it, too many bricks, not enough mortar. You can use this session as further example. If you rewind and listen to this again, you'll notice that I added at least 10 layers of mortar throughout this message. So how can you put this to work in your own communication? That was another piece of mortar, by the way. Here are 3 practical applications that have worked wonders for me and those that I have advised. Number 1, start with mortar. Before diving into your main point, explicitly answer why this matters to your audience. For example, instead of beginning with, our Q3 results show a 12% decline, Try, I want to share some Q3 numbers that will help you understand why we need to shift our strategy to hit our year-end goals. Number 2, add mortar between each brick. After each main point, reconnect with your audience. Use phrases like, what this means for your department is, or you'll find this especially helpful when you're dealing with customer objections about pricing. And then number 3, check your brick to mortar ratio. If you're spending more than 30 seconds without addressing why this matters to you, you need more mortar. Same goes for your writing. Scan your emails for long paragraphs of pure information without relevance statements. The beauty of this framework is that you don't need to completely overhaul your communication style. You just need to remember, bricks give your message substance. Mortar keeps your audience connected. You need both to build something that lasts. I've seen this simple adjustment transform rambling executives into compelling speakers, technical experts into influential leaders, and frustrated parents into effective communicators. And it can do the same for you. So tell me in the comments below where you could use more mortar in your communication. In what situation would this framework help you connect better? And I can't wait to hear how you apply this powerful concept to break through your own communication challenges. Okay, here's something most leaders and would-be high achievers don't calculate, but should. What is costing you every time you get out-presented? Think about that. If you're losing proposals, pitches, deals, funding, or influence because somebody else was more captivating than you, you're leaving tens of thousands, maybe millions of dollars on the table. And it's happening more often than you think. I've watched founders with inferior products walk out of meetings with the deal, while the real innovators get stuck in, we'll think about it, purgatory. That is why I decided to share my war chest and build Riveting. It's the world's first AI system built with my 35 years of collected persuasion frameworks baked in, so you never lose to a slicker pitch again. Join the First Strike launch event today. This will be the group getting first access before we go public. Plus, this will get you the Boardroom Black Ops Manual as a welcome package when you attend the launch event. This is a classified field guide with the exact psychological triggers that I've used on stage in front of 35,000 and in billion-dollar boardrooms. I've never shared these tactics publicly, but First Strike registrants get them first.